Hey everybody, welcome to my channel, and I am super excited to bring to you guys content that is going to revolve around fitness, lifestyle, and motherhood. So please go ahead and subscribe, make sure you like this video, and turn on your notifications, and let's get to it. Okay, so I'm super excited for this video because I'm going into my third trimester in a couple weeks, so it's a little bit overdue, but I wanted to go ahead and make sure I document it and share it with other moms who are probably online looking and trying to find the same information that I found. So as you can see from the title, if you don't already know, I am having twins. I'm so excited, but I was terrified at first, y'all. I still have moments where I am terrified, okay? I'm sitting in front of all this stuff because I'm excited to share with you guys a haul and like twin stuff too soon. So yes, I'm excited. But yes, I'm having twins, and my first trimester, y'all, was all over the place. It was out of control, okay? Nothing like my first pregnancy with my daughter. So my daughter's 5, and I have not done this in a long time, okay? So all of this was like a whirlwind. It was shocking. I had no idea what to expect. I was just all over the place. So when I found out that it was not just a regular pregnancy, it was a twin pregnancy, I feel like from that moment, everything just kind of went crazy, okay? Like I ended up having hypermesis, which for those of you who don't know, it is basically morning sickness, afternoon sickness, all day sickness. Like it's sickness every single day, all day, every day. I was not able to eat, to drink, nothing, okay? So I was constantly dehydrated. I had to go to the hospital plenty of times just to get fluids. I was having very, very bad headaches. It was just very uncomfortable and bad. And not to mention, I was losing weight, y'all. Like losing weight rapidly. So it was very scary, and I really didn't know anything about hypermesis. I had a few friends who have dealt with that in their pregnancy, but again, I haven't done this in so long, and so I didn't really look into it for real until it happened to me, and it was like nothing that the doctors were giving me was working. So I did my research, asked my doctor about it, was finally diagnosed, and I was given a few different medications to try, and it wasn't until the end of the first trimester, after like the first maybe week or two of the second trimester, that I started to feel relief. And even then, it wasn't completely gone. It was just, I say relief because I was able to eat and drink at that point, and it did get better, but it was not enjoyable, y'all. So I think I was on like Zofran, magnesium, B6, Reglan for my headaches, like tons of stuff. So finally it did subside, and so I'm grateful for that. But the first trimester was hard, y'all. Like I wasn't eating or drinking anything. Again, I was getting fluids, and I had to make sure that I was trying my best to eat something because it wasn't just one baby, it was 2 babies. And my doctor kept reminding me that those babies are going to take from you no matter if you have it or not. So somehow you got to figure out how to sustain. So saltine crackers, Gatorade, and honestly, that's it. Like those were my lifesavers, and that was my go-to meal every single day until it subsided. So it's better now. But aside from that, nausea all the time, throwing up all the time, headaches. I've never had headaches like that, and they were very, very, very intense. I immediately started showing, y'all. Like, I started showing. I'm going to insert some photos, but I had a baby bump as early as like 7 to 8 weeks. I am not even playing. I think that it was more so noticeable to me and to close people around me because I'm a fitness trainer and I had a flat stomach, y'all. Like, I had just started developing my abs. My stomach was tight. It was flat. And then boom, out of nowhere, I had this little bitty like baby bump, and it was firm already, and I could not believe it. But yes, I had a baby bump pretty quick. And it was just, I should have taken a little bit more advantage of like the small baby bump and like how you're able to move around and like everything like that, because what I did not expect is what was to come as these babies got bigger. But yes, I had a baby bump pretty quick. I knew that I was pregnant because obviously I took the pregnancy test, and I had all the symptoms, but I had no idea that there could ever be twins. I don't have twins. The father doesn't have twins in their family. So twins was like a huge shock. And not to mention, I was not planning or preparing for a baby at all. So just to hear that it's twins was like crazy. But I knew immediately from like my symptoms that had to be something going on with my body. And so when I immediately took the pregnancy test, it popped up right away. But when I got my blood work done for my HCG levels, it was like extremely elevated, y'all. Like, my doctor even called me the same day when the labs came back and told me that my numbers were double, and she could not even like believe that the numbers were so intense at that quick of a date range. I think I got my blood drawn and I would have been maybe like 5 or 6 weeks. So she was even shocked. And then, like I said, from there, I feel like everything just really kind of like solidified that this is not a normal pregnancy. Like, oh my God. So aside from all of the sickness and like the growing belly and like just your body changing, I would say the other main symptom that I had was definitely my boobs. My boobs hurt so bad, y'all. Like, they hurt to touch. They hurt when I moved around, like I was working out still. They would hurt when I would put my sports bra on. Like, my boobs just hurt and they felt so heavy. And this was every single day. So that was probably, after the whole hypermesis thing, that was probably like the second worst symptom that I hated dealing with, because I just couldn't believe it. Like, I couldn't believe how bad they hurt, because again, I've never had issues and like none of this was ever a problem. So the first trimester, I was still pretty much able to move around until I started having a lot of bleeding episodes. And that was another reason why I had to go into the hospital a lot to check on the babies, because I never had bleeding with my daughter. I never had spotting. I never had any complications. So bleeding was definitely alarming and definitely scary for me. But each time I went, I was told that I had like a subchronic hematoma, and then I was told that it went away. But because I had twins, my uterus was expanding at a rapid rate compared to a singleton pregnancy. And so it was pushing a lot of the extra lining that I had on my uterine wall. And so they told me that it was just like pretty much natural, but both babies were always fine and the growth was normal, and just literally I kept hearing everything is fine. So moms out there or women out there who have dealt with going to the doctor and hearing, oh, it's normal, you're fine because of pregnancy, like, yeah, that's pretty much what I went through too. But in my situation, like, honestly, they really were fine. Everything ended up being pretty normal, but of course it was still scary in the interim. I had bleeding episodes pretty much throughout my first trimester. So like I said, I got checked regularly, and everything kept coming back fine. So that wasn't anything to worry about, but it definitely was different for me. And other than that, my first trimester was a whirlwind. I definitely feel like it went by super fast. And I kind of miss it. I kind of miss it only because it was just so much easier to move around, and I didn't take advantage of my body like I should have, because now it's different. But my first trimester was great, and I got through it, and I'm super blessed, and I'm so grateful, because most people, unfortunately, you know, who are dealing with like infertility issues or just twins in general, I've read a lot and I've watched a lot of videos where some people deal with like vanishing twin syndrome, or they lose both babies, or, you know, so many other things happen. And so I'm so grateful that, you know, God allowed me to finish the first trimester and not have any intense complications. It was mainly just me not being prepared and not knowing what I was about to endure, but I made it through, and I have some photos to share with you guys and a few little videos of when I saw my babies for the first time on the ultrasound machine. And I hope you guys enjoy, and I cannot wait to share with you my second trimester update. So here you go. There's one baby and another baby, and looks like both. Like that little flicker there, that's the heart beating.